Yo. It's another Tuesday in the free world.
Free world.
So you know we here. You could bite the style, but you might break your teeth, you bitch ass niggas. It's your boy Dave Suave, and you already know I'm here with my motherfucking brother.
It's your boy HNIC.
Yeah. You know, I gotta do it different every time, you know what I'm saying? Every guest gives me a different type of energy. So every time I do the drop, it just comes out a little different. I can't help it, you know what I'm saying? But around here, we let the guests introduce themselves. So please, Queen.
I am Corinne, also known as Carizma The Queen. I'm the queen of the QueenDom NYC.
Listen, the biggest salute. So around here, you know what I mean, we're gonna start it off with the regular. We're gonna shout out my man DJ Scrappy Dappy. You know what I'm saying? He's not in the building right this second. He's handling business. Oh shit! Lovely Late Entertainment is in the building. Shouts out to my PD that just walked in. You already know, Lovely Entertainment. Love is love, you know what I mean? But shouts out to DJ Scrappy Dappy, you know what I'm saying? He has some other business this week, no doubt. We don't stop, no bags. Go eat, king. Shouts out to Chi-Chi's Kitchen. CHECHEIS Kitchen on the gram. All your soul food need, fried crab legs after the club. When you drunk, I already know what you need. Please hit her up, run down in the DM, and get right. Ice Bella Vita on the gram, at Ice Bella Vita, of course. The eyelashes that don't fall off. Pay attention, ladies. It's about to be summer. Your eyelashes look like they don't fall off, so you probably may not need that help. But you other ones out there, pay attention. Get right before it get hot. You know what I mean? So boom. We live, man. It's another Tuesday. You already know what it is and how it goes. We got Miss Carizma the Queen in the building. A member of RMG, if I'm not correct. One of the creators and one of the head B-words in charge. She too gangsta. I didn't even feel comfortable just now. I feel like she knocked me out if I said it. You know what I mean? Running the Culture Fest. The director of the Day 2 Multi-Purpose Center. I mean, the list goes on and on and on, but I want you to tell the people. But I just wanted to give them a breakdown of who you are so they can already respect your shit off the rip. But who is Carizma?
Well, I mean, ultimately, I'm a woman in America, so that makes me a target.
Right.
I am a mother, so that makes me worried. I'm a leader, so you know the potential on my life is always at high risk. But I'm regular. I'm just like everybody else, you know, and I go through things, I experience life, but I continue to show up, and that's the difference between the winners and the losers.
Right.
So I would say ultimately Carizma is a winner.
Understood. For myself, as I try to get my co-host drunk right now. Here you go, HNIC, you know what I'm saying? In lieu of Miss Carizma being here, salute. All right, so that was a super dope answer. We asked that to pretty much every guest. You a rapper? Were you a rapper at some point in your life?
You know, I wanted to be a rapper. I'm not gonna hold you.
MCs know MCs, y'all.
I wanted to be a rapper, but I have no flow. So I was a singer. I used to sing.
Know how to sing?
Okay.
I do. Once you know how to ride a bike?
Yeah.
Are you riding bikes?
Nah.
All right. So I know how to sing. I'm not necessarily singing though. We're not gonna call me out tonight.
Nah.
You're not gonna call me out. But I used to be a singer. I used to sing at the Groove, the Underground. You know, the spots are now Petco and West 4th Street.
Right.
Jimmy's Uptown
Shouts out to
right back in the day. So yeah, I used to do my thing, but I never could hit a good flow. Like I wanted to go hard like Rakim, like I wanted to be a rapper, but I couldn't remember the words. It was a lot.
Wow, that's real.
Yeah.
That's real.
But my son took the whole you know.
Oh, drop his gram or wherever his music could be found, type of thing.
Hunnits or Blue, one word, on iTunes, YouTube, on Instagram. I don't think he did Facebook. We're kind of dinosaurs with that. Like nobody has
Understood.
Facebook anymore. But yeah, Hunnits, HUNNITSALLBLUE. And he's dope. Like
we'll be running down. Yeah,
if you want motivation to get up in the morning and get money,
right.
Hunnits or Blue, the end. Because I'm trying to tell you, it doesn't matter what you're going through. When you hear that, his determination, his flow is all about ambitious. But when you're the oldest of 6 kids,
right,
and your mom is a businesswoman,
right,
it's ingrained in you. Like that's part of his DNA. You know, he doesn't need water, he needs money. It's like, you
Is
know.
that one of his bars, or you just made
I
that
gave
up?
that to him.
I gave that to him. Yo, pay attention
That's
out
what's up.
there, y'all. Pay attention. All right, so that kind of leads me in, because what we like to start here is kind of like take the people on a journey of who you are. This podcast, this is Forever 9-5 is our parent company, and what we believe is 9-5 was the golden era of hip hop, right?
Absolutely.
And with that, we salute Indie and Underground. I'm drunk.
Anything.
All right, cool, I'm drunk. But indie and underground artistry, right? And artistry is not only contained or stuck in a box of just music. Listen, I like to say, if you selling drugs outside artistically, my brother, salute to you. Grind how you grind, but do it smart, right? So whether you're being a motivational, what I like to call you an activist in the hood type of thing, because nowadays, ever since a lot of the activists got killed, I feel like a lot of the people in our neighborhoods don't want to step up and call themselves that. When we look at the ones who called themselves that, look what happened right after.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So I don't mean to put that on you, but I love to salute those that are taking the risk, like you said. Because we see what goes on, whether it be Illuminati conspiracy, and you know, this TuT, we keep it lit, blah, blah, blah. So we ain't gonna go too deep in it, but it's just factory how it goes down. Anybody that we see that moves a certain kind of way that's against the grain of the status quo ends up in a certain kind of situation. I'm talking about from the highest up, Michael Jackson's, your Prince's, down to and I'm gonna say down to Nipsey, no disrespect to him, but just in comparison to a nigga like Prince, like Michael Jackson.
Right.
Why the fuck are the dopest motherfuckers who own their own shit, got all their own shit, buying up the block, end up fucked up?
Yeah.
But niggas who was running around talking about lean, do this and do that, they forever though.
Right.
I'm just saying.
That's by design. That's by design. That's absolutely by design.
Of course.
You know, so being that you went there and we want to.
Yeah, I ain't mean too early.
No,
man.
it's
I
fine. It's
fucked up
never
a
too
little
early
bit.
because that's where my roots begin at, right? So I grew up a little girl in Queens. You know, my family.
And that's where I was going, your childhood.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. Both my parents, teenage parents, and when I say teenage parents, I'm talking about puberty teenage parents. You know? So
And this is back in the day. I'm not gonna age them, but that's back in the day.
So, you know, I grew up in a family that was affluential, but then the turn happened, right? So my great grandfather was the first black man to practice law in the state of South Carolina.
Heard. Engineer, let me get some claps on that, please.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes.
Salute.
Booker T. Smith. So he was the first black man to
His name
practice
was
law.
Booker T. Smith.
Booker T. Smith.
Okay.
They built the Spartanburg AME Church.
Okay.
And they had, I think, about 16 kids, something like that. And then my great grandmother, who I actually look like, she came to New York to be a flapper in the Cotton Club, right?
Google that, y'all.
Right?
Google that.
She wanted to be a dancer. And
Y'all think twerking is new.
what? Ain't no new twerk. So when grandma got here, she brought all the siblings up, and they actually did amazing stuff.
Right.
I'm talking about these are dope women. Like what friend say? Shout out to my best friend Monique, Young at Heart Boutique. She's in the building. Friend says. Y'all got coochie. One of my great aunts was it's Turned Up Tuesday, right?
Of course, yeah, turn that shit the fuck up. Let's get it.
So one of my great aunts was married to Adam Clayton Powell, and she said, the friend said, hold on, y'all got coochies, y'all got like senators and stuff marrying you. So
lit. It just got lit, yo. Shouts out to everybody in the live. It just got lit. Pay attention. Please continue. I'm sorry, I did not mean to cut you off.
Another one of my great aunts who is actually she has a foundation on 135th Street, the Emma Bowen Foundation, which still leads on after her legacy. She was one of the first black women in media. She fought for black rights in media because we were underrepresented and not allowed to break into media. Both my great grandmothers were business owners. You know, they had very high jobs in an era where black women weren't allowed to work. The perception of black women was very derogatory, but one was like a supervisor at AT&T, the other owned a busing company out in Queens.
I heard that.
Yes, so we were living in big houses in Queens, and then crack came.
Changed the game.
Crack came, so you know, tragedy hit. You know, like the family started enduring a lot of tragedies.
Yep.
deaths and stuff like that. And my family happened to be notorious in the drug game. So everybody had their hands in something.
Understood.
Right? So whether you were selling weed or heroin or coke or crack or you were mafia, all of my uncles, my father, my cousins, they all were involved heavily in the drug game. And the unfortunate demise of that is a lot of drug dealers became drug abusers.
Absolute.
Meanwhile, on the other side, my mom's family, she's a Trini girl. So her
Or island stylings.
island, yeah. So, and I stand up, I'm from Trinidad.
Oh, I heard, yo, pay attention. She got bars on the load. I know that went over a lot of y'all heads. Oh, God. Go ahead.
Stand up, So, my mother's uncle was the great late Kwame Ture. So, at about 13, you familiar? Yeah, formerly known as Stokely Carmichael.
Love the entertainment, man.
So when I was about 13, my father had a warrant. We went to Virginia. Because that's what you do. When you get a warrant in New York, you got to go to Virginia.
Listen, don't give it away. Don't give it away.
So we moved to Virginia, and Kwame was doing college tours at the time. And he stopped by to see his niece.
Right.
And here I am, this 13-year-old with a really bad attitude because my father really enjoyed crack. And
wow,
my mom just was really too young to handle.
My father smoked crack too, so I get to laugh. That was crazy. She said my father. I've never described it like that.
He really enjoyed it. You have to come to terms with this. Like, you enjoy smoking weed, right?
I do.
Listen, you can't knock nobody's job.
Shout out to the engineer, baby.
You gotta know where people. I mean, most people didn't survive the enjoyment of crack.
Right,
hey, he's still here to tell the story. I think he got a calling on his life. I don't know, but
salute.
Right? Like, I mean, that's an accomplishment in itself. Like, it was for him.
Indeed.
When I was 13, Uncle Kwame came to the house, and I had that chip on my shoulder like nobody's business. My older brother.
We ain't got no insurance, shorty.
My older brother was constantly doing times for carjackings, shootings. My older brother was a menace, you know. And Southside Jamaica, Queens wasn't no joke. Wasn't no joke back then. Early 90s, it wasn't a game. My
Southside,
Southside, man.
My great grandmother's house was across the street from Yayo's grandmother's house. So it was a lot moving around in that block. Anyhow, we're down in Virginia. Uncle Kwame comes, and I didn't think that there was a trajectory for my life. Right. My mom made it to the 9th grade, started having babies. She was a high school dropout, got a GED. My father, he had some aspirations. He went into the army, stuff like that. But ultimately, the demise of the addiction left it so that I didn't have a thought process of what my life was going to be.
So hold on, not to cut you off, but through all of that, where was the inspiration for you to become who you are
today.
And not, and not succumb to the same, whether it be, like you said, dealing drugs, or using drugs, because we all know what the 80s was like.
Right.
Sniffing coke and smoking this and doing that was the norm. It wasn't like you look like now. Yeah, like you come outside now, I'm smoking a Wooly, you look crazy. But back then it's like, oh shit, let me, So what gave you the inspiration to be like, nah, you know what? Especially with it being straight around you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I would say, you're gonna make me cry.
Nah,
don't cry, don't do that.
Nah. So I would say that there were several influences.
Right.
Influences that changed it for me. Going to the college campuses. Right. My older brother was so bad. He had a intensive in-home counselor. He had probation officers. He was something else. And when I was going to school, I was working full time, I was taking care of myself. I was a runaway most of the time.
Right.
So when my older brother was murdered when I was 17.
Blast.
And I was let me bring it back. So 3 months before my brother got murdered we were in New York for my uncle's funeral.
Right.
My uncle had died of AIDS, which that was another plague in the community. Having to watch somebody die of AIDS is treacherous, right?
Definitely.
And it's unspoken of in our community.
Definitely.
But we watched it, you know. Everybody said that he had pneumonia, right? But come on. So my uncle was passing of AIDS. He had passed, and we were in the car. And my older brother looked at me. He was like, "You not like these other hoes. You different." And I was like.
And that was a compliment. Like, he meant the best.
He meant that shit. Like, he said, "You different." He said, "You like a Harvard type bitch. Go to fucking school. Change this shit for our family." And 3 months later, my brother was murdered.
Damn.
So I spent my entire adult life honoring what he told me the last time I saw him, which was to go to school.
So how far did you take it?
I completed 1 master's degree, and I did all but my capstone of the 2nd master's degree. So technically, I have the education of 2 master's degrees.
Heard it. Engineer, where you at? Come on, son.
Right.
Yeah. I'm a college student, man. You know what I'm saying? So just to hear that, man, listen, man, I'm working on my BA, and I know in my mind, when I finish that, I don't want to go back. So just to hear the idea of double masters, yo.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You know, the thing about it is that
That's double status.
I've had it said to
All
me.
the world double up.
Yeah, I've had it said to me that my education is not impressive.
Right.
That it don't mean nothing.
Ooh, where they at? You want my niggas to run down? What?
No, you don't have to,
that don't even
because
make sense.
you know, this is the thing. This is the thing about it, is that I'm not George W. Bush Jr.
Right.
I wasn't walked into Harvard and given a degree and got C's. I first went to college with an enormous amount of grief. Right? Because my older brother had been murdered. My uncle had died. My grandfather died. So now I'm going to college on a full scholarship, academic and athletic, which my
What
brothers...
sport? Sorry, what sport?
Volleyball. That's why my boy still sits.
Wait. All right, hold up. Pause the whole
You
story.
say the volleyball. She ain't even say the volleyball.
That's regular hood shit, volleyball.
Volleyball.
How the what? One girl from Queens, Jamaica Queens. Where the fuck is there a volleyball net in Jamaica Queens? Let's be clear.
So I told you, my father had the warrant. We ended up in Virginia.
She went to Virginia and got her volleyball skills.
Right.
We got
Well, I had this rich white friend named Stephanie.
Right.
Stephanie ended up marrying like the Prince of New Zealand or something. I'm telling you, she was rich. They had pools and tennis courts in her house, right? They was rich. And Stephanie played volleyball, and she was like, "Come on, let's play volleyball."
I would be like, "Word, we out too."
So yeah, like I mean, while I'm going through CPS cases and working a full-time job and all that, I'm like, yeah, let's go play volleyball, right? But it got me a scholarship to college, and I went to historically black college, St. Paul's University, St. Paul's College, in Lawrenceville, Virginia. And when I got out there, man, it was the dopest experience.
I'm sure.
Because it was just us. It was just us. And I didn't have to compete against the grain with Stephanie, who had a tennis court in her house and tutors, you know? I could just be
That's at
Corinne.
HSBCU, right?
Yeah.
Of course.
Okay. So, as a matter of fact, I ended up being the athletic director's assistant, and we won the CIAA tournament that year.
Yo, she's saying this shit like, wow.
Come on now. I was right there doing the shot clock. Like, what happened? Antoine Green, we won the CIAA tournament that year against Norfolk State. That was 1990.
Big salute.
1996.
Because in the South, sports is big, especially college sports is huge. So that's a lot.
South sports is very big.
Yeah.
Very big.
That was. I mean, it was an amazing experience to be out there, you know, doing those different activities. And I had an opportunity while I was there I became the student government president.
Right.
Yo.
Right. I became.
You didn't smoke weed, did you?
Yo. So when
You
I
smoking
got
bud the whole time?
What?
You ain't smoking no
Let
weed.
me tell you the story. So I was the most sober. I didn't smoke. I used to drink when I was in high school. Like we go to basketball game, they have a little vodka. They think it's a water bottle. Like,
That's light skinned girl shit. All I got is I don't smoke. I'm light skinned. I don't smoke.
I'm brown skin.
Oh, salute to okay, salute.
Yeah.
She repping. She holding it down, ladies. She holding it down.
What? I always felt like I was brown. That's because, you know, my family is high yellow. So I'm like the darkest in the family. But, you know, that gave me, I be thinking, well, we got to get over that color complex. We black. Ain't no in between.
Nah, right. And I
Black
shouldn't
is
even
black.
have did that. You right.
If the slave
You
ship
right.
came today, they gonna take my
Look, the
black
activists
ass.
came out
they ain't
real
gonna
quick.
categorize me.
Right.
They're not gonna say, well, you kind of black. You light skin, you on the lighter shade. We might keep you. No, they gonna take my ass on that slave ship and send me back.
Indeed.
You know?
Indeed. Yo, we're going to take a moment. Yo, this is TuT the podcast. You already know. If you don't know, any episodes you haven't seen is going to be on the YouTube. Forever 95 is the channel. Spell it out.
Sure, y'all check that out, man.
Like,
Stop
I'm
it.
trying to tell them. You know what I mean? Like, these niggas be fun, but it's all
Yeah,
good.
but
Because
it's
once
all
we
good.
rich and we doing joints on the yachts and all that, it's low for them. It's quiet.
It's
Salud.
quiet.
Salento. But anyway, YouTube, Forever 95, spell it out. You know what I'm saying? Miss Carizma The Queen is here. We're going to take a second just to stop and say, yo, where can they fuck with you and spend that bag?
That's right. So, right now, what I'm doing is I'm building other queens.
Nice.
So,
Nice.
the QueenDom NYC, which is the QueenDom _NYC on Instagram. The website is being constructed.
Nice.
There are several components to this. Of course, you can directly DM me at Carizma, which is CARIZMA _the_queen. I'm doing business consulting. I write business proposals, I write marketing plans, I write business plans. I'm doing life coaching. I have some amazing people I'm working with that are doing like the dopest stuff. I do artist development. I do events. I'm hosting Family Affair with DJ Vassetti on Thursday, along with heavy hitter Haitian Pat and Suzanne
network.
Christine. We'll be in Brooklyn on Thursday night.
You get love out there, I hear. You get love out there. Before Queens girl, you get love in Brooklyn.
I get love in Brooklyn.
Shouts out to the Hill, man.
I get love in
We be doing our homework a little bit.
Yes,
we do our homework a
you
little
know,
bit.
I feel very at home and in Brooklyn. You know, it's good stuff going on. So with the QueenDom has t-shirt, earring line that's going to be premiering soon. If you want to contact me directly for personal and direct services,
Nice.
I'm available for that as well.
Nice.
For a fee. I don't do that for free. QueenDom's not
Oh
for free.
no, as you should. Get paid.
And then we also have me hosting. So if you have an event, book signing, a party, whatever the case, and you need someone that can move a crowd, that can entertain, that can read a situation, whether it be education, academic, party, whatever it is, I'm here for that. I look cute in a dress. I wear
Yo,
stilettos.
whoever her man is, bro, he's upset. She be dropping little bars. She says you don't know. Pay attention, y'all. I smoke weed, but I remember shit. She said when she stand up, you know she Trini. That's number one. And then number two, whatever. Anyway, man. All right, Miss Carizma. Right, all right, Miss Carizma. I feel you, man. All right.
You know, that's the thing about the queen.
She cool, man. I gotta stand up for Queen's Flip. She cool, man.
That's the thing about the queens, right? And all the queens, because the QueenDom is big. It's about 75 women that come to my monthly events and series, and we're working on a social dynamic to that. Right. So we do the workshop series, and then afterwards we'll have the social event, which is Kings Meet Queens, which will give that opportunity for, the socialization with women that are establishing themselves, that are about some elevated thinking, not just, any and anything,
the regular
right?
humdrum.
So with the process of being queen, it's not just about acting stuck up.
Right.
Come on, no, seriously.
And coming from a Queens female, that's real.
You gotta be real. You gotta have a connecting. You gotta be relatable.
Okay, so I don't know your situation, whatever, whether you're in a situation or not, but what's the ideal guy?
Ideal.
Since we go, because since it sounds like that's kind of where we headed with it. Let's get those gentlemen's out there a chance. What's the ideal guy?
For me, or just in general for the queens? I'm gonna speak for the queens. What
you want, Rich? For the queens or for Miss Charisma herself?
For the queens.
Okay.
For the queens. Thank you. Have my back.
Okay.
They get you further.
Okay.
For the queens, a man of integrity. Know where you're at in life. Don't perpetrate a fraud that you a man about, faithfulness and loyalty, and those things go hand in hand. I know men don't like to use them interchangeably. They like to say, I'm loyal to you. And then the woman be like, damn, that's my man. And loyalty just means that I'm gonna stay around. That's not what loyalty means. You know, loyalty and faithfulness is synonymous. They go hand in hand. You can't be loyal and not faithful, because if you're not faithful to a dynamic, it doesn't mean that you have to be faithful to a relationship in terms of all parts of it. But if you're not faithful to the dynamic, then pretty much you're open to anybody. And when you're open to anybody, you can't be loyal to nobody.
You can't. It's impossible.
It's impossible.
It's impossible.
You know, I can't direct my attention to you and see behind my back.
And
It's not
broke that down
possible.
crazy.
That's why this podcast is a trick.
Facts.
It's
You know,
all those tricks to navigate it. Go back and forth.
So definitely integrity, loyalty. Me personally, I like a man that is about his image.
Right.
You don't gotta be 6'4". You don't gotta be, Wesley Snipes black, or, saying Shamar Moore light skin. Like, all of that stuff that's irrelevant. But be about your grooming, your style. Have some class, make an effort. That's important, because if you're not making an effort, but then again, you looking at every woman, you sizing other women up, hold on, Holiday. Let's fall back, because your sneakers is not fresh.
Right.
Have clean sneakers. Listen, you ain't got to be rich to have clean sneakers. A little washcloth, wipe them off, A good smelling man is always a plus. And a man with some intelligence.
Yeah.
Oh.
Listen. Big shouts out to you just saying that, because I know when I was growing up, a lot of times what would get you the badge on, you know what I'm saying, would be more the reckless behavior, more the bad boy type of thing. So it's just, no, I dig it. I was just about to say, all the bad joints like them when they're younger, but it's just dope for you, because like I said, this is what we here for. We here for that generation that's kind of lost in that gap. Right now, it's like that gap where the new music and new hip hop things we don't really relate to. So we here to fill that void, and with that, we got to get them knowledge and information.
Absolutely.
I'm a '90s cat.
You did?
I don't even listen to up-to-date music.
I love current music as well. So like I said,
certain songs.
I'm the mom of
from
six,
certain
so,
people.
When and I used to be a counselor too.
Right.
So I understand the pain, and as an artist, I respect that. I respect the expression of that, because ultimately you can see.
Let's test it, Richie. Hold up. Not to cut you off. So what artists do you like? You said you like today's music.
Okay, so my heavy rotation right now is Key Glock.
Oh, shit. I don't even know who that nigga is.
You don't know who Key Glock is?
Who the hell is that?
Rico Nasty.
Okay, I know Rico. I do know Rico
Because
Nasty.
I hate to have to smack a
I do
bitch
know
today.
Rico.
Like, you don't know Rico Nasty? Yo, she's fire. She's fire.
Salute, y'all. Salute.
She's fire. Who else is in my rotation heavily? So you got my girl Diamond V. I don't know if y'all heard of her, but you're gonna hear her soon. She's dope, because she's like R&B, but she's a rapper too. And she got this song that she haven't even released yet that's been playing on rotation in my car. Like, it's a woman anthem.
You in tune. This is how I know your work. My fault. What you saying, Richard? Go ahead.
I want to know who the person is.
Ooh, what?
The artist. The name of the artist.
artist.
You talking about, shorty.
What artist?
You
Diamond
said
V.
Diamond V?
Diamond
Richie a
V.
little slow.
No, I'm not.
Richie a
Her
little
name,
slow.
her name is Diamond V.
Look.
V as in victory. Diamond V.
She lining up her tunes. She want to get tunes for the music break.
Diamond is D-I. The way you spell diamond. Diamond? No, just V.
Only
Yeah,
you
just
do
V.
that, Lovely Entertainment.
Now,
Only you.
the song that I got on rotation is not on her platform. I don't think so. Either way, she only got Rose Gold on there. I like Rose Gold, and I Don't Give a Fuck. That one's my shit too. But that either way. Nah, no, that's not it. But she gonna drop soon. She gonna drop it soon. That's my
All
girl.
right, well, throw it in the mix, engineer, if we can. You know what I'm saying? Throw it in the mix.
Rose Gold is dope too.
I guess she passed the test. She definitely is into what's going on.
I mean, it's like, and I pick and choose. So like, Playboy Cardi, I don't necessarily love all his songs, but there's a few
It's
on
vibes.
there
It's
that's
certain
like,
vibes.
you know, that
Yeah.
long time, like that right there is fire. But then at the same time, on the way here, I was playing Gerald Levert.
Okay, so take me back. When you were growing up, moving around outside, who was bumping then,
Yeah, who you was listening to?
right?
So let's see. College that you said 95?
Yeah,
That's the
95.
goal. Why not?
95.
Why not?
95. I was a senior. Oh shut the. No, it was a. I was a senior in middle school. So but no, yeah.
Smart.
But 95 was Foxy. Definitely
yes,
Foxy Brown.
yes.
Little Kim.
Yeah.
Escape.
Okay.
Nice.
Escape was
Nice
definitely
one.
yeah.
Nice one.
Yeah. Anyway,
Listen,
Jay-Z,
of course.
which I actually when I did my album back in 2000.
Wait, damn! I didn't see that nowhere in the textbooks. I did my homework. Cut everything. Not to cut you off again. Your album, Queen?
So
Okay, what was your rap? We no. You know what we gonna do? I learned from
it's
Love
not. It's
Entertainment.
nowhere because all this
Wait,
internet
wait,
stuff wasn't existing.
We gonna take a music
got
break.
An album?
No, Rich, hold on. No. We gonna make
It
a wait
is
for
not
it.
digital. It's not.
No!
It's nowhere. It doesn't-
Silento, cut they mics off, B. They not,
Yo,
no,
it's
they're not
gonna
fucking
shut
this
up.
up. We saving this for after the music break, engineer. Fuck them, man. My fault, I love you. I hate Richard. But look, listen.
Who's the worst?
I know, I try.
like
Cause this is
you.
crack. Y'all niggas got hair on, and I'm like trying to serve it the right way. Y'all giving it away free.
Please.
Let's back this shit up and let's hit the block with it, please, y'all.
All right, thank you.
This is Turned Up Tuesdays. You already know it's another Tuesday in the free will. You
Don't
can
worry
bite
about
the
it.
style.
This nigga's talking crazy.
But you might break your teeth, you bitch ass
Yes,
niggas,
niggas.
man.
I
We got
will.
Carizma the Queen in the building. We want to thank you for your time, you know what I'm saying? And right now, we're going to take a little music break. We're just going to stop for a second, play a couple tunes for the people, you know what I'm saying? Get them in tune, let them catch a vibe, you know what I'm saying? And on the other side of that, we're coming right back, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I said, that's the only reason why I said, hold on. Save it for a second. That was a great segue. You know what I'm saying? But the queen almost stomped on my body. You know what I'm saying? I had to ask nicely. Seems like she concurs. She's willing to let us live.
Oh, do I give her
Please,
that vibe?
can we
Do
live?
I?
No, you just a strong
live.
black queen. You got the juice. Around here, at least, black woman is God in my eyes. Let's not turn this show into something else. But you dig? Sign of the TV if you need to text me. Love the entertainment. My phone work. My service is on. I don't need Wi-Fi. Thank you again to Miss Carizma the Queen for coming through. Time is one thing we cannot buy. You heard? So we thank you for giving us a little bit of yours. So where did we leave off? Before I chopped
The
everybody
album.
off. The motherfucking album. Carizma the Queen has an album. Well, had
A secret album.
unreleased.
Unreleased.
You know what I mean? So
talk
what
about
was
it.
your rap name? Let's start with that.
It wasn't.
Right.
I was singing.
Oh, right. You were saying. Okay. So
singing.
what was your stage name?
Charisma.
Oh, dope. Super dope. Okay. So let's get into that one. What was the name of the album?
Give up.
Dope.
Yeah.
So you were full-fledged on the road on your music tip. Like that was really the goal.
And
that
I
was
kept
really the
getting
mission.
pregnant. I told you I got 6 kids. I kept getting pregnant.
Mother's Day was the other day. Happy Mother's Day, all the ladies out there.
Yes, I birthed a bunch of stars. I said, it's cool.
So that kind of slowed down the music career. He was like, nah, you know what?
It definitely did. After the 3rd baby, it was like, all right, I think I recorded maybe once after the 4th baby. I used to roll with the guys up in Parkchester.
salute.
Before Alicia Keys Management became Alicia Keys Management, right? Yeah, I used to. What was the DJ's name? I don't know. I used to be all over.
Shouts out to him, though.
Ty, I think up in Westchester, Ty. But yeah, I recorded my album in 2002.
Okay.
I'm a
So that's
songwriter.
fairly recent. That's not. I mean, but
It's a minute ago. I've continued to write songs, so I'm still a songwriter. I haven't recorded. I've been meeting with the legendary Charles Perry. If you don't know who Charles Perry is, that's my vocal coach. He said I gave up too soon, so that's my vocal coach, Charles Perry. He's super dope, and it's a possibility that I may complete this album and go back in the studio. It's a possibility.
That's dope.
But if I don't, then I definitely have met some amazing vocalists.
Right.
Being Renee, she's dope. I work, we've been working together. So I have music. I have music for quite a few artists. So if you're looking for music, then you want to hit me up.
Indeed.
Yeah,
Indeed.
because
So an event like Culture Fest only makes sense. Like, now digging into who you are, an event like Culture Fest only makes sense. So let's kind of get a recap of Culture Fest. So Culture Fest was on 420 this year.
it's on 420. So we started working on it heavily in about January. I came on as a leader in Culture Fest in January. Uh, Culture Fest was comprised to be a opportunity for the up and coming, for us to celebrate ourselves, and a festival that would acknowledge all parts of our culture.
Right.
Whereas, we've been shunned so much for what we inherently do, right? And then they come and they copy it, right? So they had us, they had black women in zoos being mocked, and then they go and they get fake butts. They talk about our noses, and then they go and get injections and fillers in their lips. So,
Indeed.
we don't need you to go and recreate our stuff. We can celebrate ourselves, and that's what it is. So I am a little bit of a revolutionary in that regards. I'm not a smoker.
Talk about it.
But
that's all right. We got that for you.
Yeah,
we got that covered.
Yeah. So we have a social component to everything that's done. I always have purpose connected to everything, because I believe that a lot of times us as people, we get together for social gatherings, for events, but we don't come together when it really matters. When our people are in peril, which they are right now, and that's really what the QueenDom is all about. The QueenDom is about changing that narrative of black women. Black women are under attack. We are being victimized from infancy all the way on to grandmothers, right? So a couple of months ago, the grandmother was kicked in the face on the subway, right?
Yeah. And we got to watch it on all social media.
Right, and we have to watch our grandmothers be degraded and feel helpless, right?
Right.
Even with what's going on right now, with what's going viral, where the pregnant black woman is shot not once, twice, but 3 times at point blank range, right? Crazy. So if we don't establish a sisterhood, we made it through slavery.
Right.
As a people, because the women were able to establish sisterhood.
100%.
So the society right now has broken women down to a point that we no longer have confidence in even the relationships between each other.
Indeed.
That has to be reestablished, because unfortunately, black men being taken away from the family started when we got off the ship.
100%.
Okay? So how did we make it 4 generations, 5 generations in, and we're still here to tell a story? 100%. Because black women supported each other.
100%.
We had a sisterhood. We understood who we were. Now we have arch enemies over the side chick, the main chick. Listen, it's enough of that. It's time out for all of these degrading categories that usually are attached to men with no money.
Ooh, head crack. 4, 5, 6.
It needs to stop. So we have to establish that there are principles that govern us and that rule us. No, I may be a follower of Christ, but you may be a Muslim. But
sorry to cut you off. Mm-hmm. What do you say when a dude got money?
I say fuck you.
Ooh. Head crack. Right? Right? I know. I wasn't thinking that either. Pass the Henny, man. She just killed me. Pass the Hennessy, man. Excuse me, Queen. I'm sorry.
If it's a story, then
Lord have mercy.
Saying, like you said, for a broke dude.
I would say, listen. The thing about it is that if you look back historically, right, they're men of establishment, wealth, royalty. They did have privilege to women on a different level.
Indeed.
Okay, so that's historical. Indeed. Right? So I'm not going to necessarily try to rewrite history. I believe in faithfulness and loyalty. I believe that I'm a whole lot to handle.
Right.
So I don't know where the hell another female comes in. I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out. Right? Like, it's like, what else are you doing here? Because I'm a business partner. I'm a best friend. I'm a homeboy. I'm a club head. You know what I'm saying? I'm chill. I'm fun. I'm relaxed. I'm a good woman. I feel like I'm well-rounded. So if you could find, and I got 6 kids. So where you got time, sir? Where do you have time? Like, listen, we got shit to do. You know,
man.
but the reality is that a lot of us women have gotten caught up in just having a title, right? So we want a title so bad. I'm saying take back your title. You're queen. You don't need nobody to say you're my wife, or you're a mother, or you're a doctor, or all them titles is irrelevant. The moment you were born with the melanin in your skin, you were born queen. Period.
Y'all hear that, ladies?
Yes, man.
Now, how we conduct ourselves from here is a matter of sustaining the title. So the queendom doesn't come from me. You know, I've had a woman in one of our series, right? So we do these open series where we engage conversation. We do dialogues. I partner with WAMA, which stands for Women Against Rape, Molestation, and Abuse.
Nice.
And my partner is a therapist. And we facilitate these engaging opportunities because I believe that the queendom of women, that affiliation with themselves as queen, has been lost in the trauma women experience. Right. So we're trying to heal ourselves in toxic manners, right? Toxic relationships and lessening our worth by shrinking and becoming less than who we are. But until we deal with the root of that, we're never going to get to who we're supposed to be. So there was a time where we were, and friend will tell you, we were in this session and we were talking about fears and different things. And I was talking about being a queen, just giving my spiel. And one of the women was like, "Who are you? Who the fuck are you?" Right?
Whoa.
She was like, "Okay, you pretty, you want to call yourself queen, but what's underneath that?"
I respect that question.
Right? She said, "Cause you ain't got no story, you just pretty." Well, she didn't know, and most of the women in the room knew, I am a survivor of domestic violence. I suffered 7 broken bones.
Oh, wow.
Right? My whole face has been broken. I've had 5 crushed teeth, 10 stitches, broken ribs. Okay?
Don't do that.
I got permanent gashes in my head.
I don't put my hands on females at all.
And I appreciate
that. No go
I
around here.
At all. So as a survivor of domestic violence, you know, people, thank God we don't look like what we've been through, right? So I survived. Even up until the last tragedy, when it's like, come on, we could be parents, but we can't be together. And I was strangled unconscious and cut with a knife because I didn't want to be in a relationship anymore. Well, I wasn't in a relationship, and I was sustaining. We're not in a relationship, right?
Right.
But by that incident occurring, you know, I don't walk around with those bruises.
Salute, queen.
Right?
Salute, queen.
We cannot be the tragedy that occurred to us. And too many women are walking around being that tragedy. So the woman that day was like, what's your real story? Who are you really? Who are you really? I really am a queen.
Salute.
Not because I didn't have the bumps and the bruises.
That's right.
But because I lived through them.
That's right.
See, when you think about a royal kingdom, when you think about kingdom principles, right? You not become queen or king because you didn't survive some wars.
That's right. Absolutely.
But that's not who you are. That's just part of the story. So we have to be able to disconnect the story from who we are so that we don't lose the content of who we are by trying to perpetrate a fraud. Like a lot of these mumble rappers who have gotten lost in perpetrating the fraud and they don't have any idea who they are.
No gauge.
Right?
No
so
compass.
You can see the moment a wind blows in the wrong direction, they have no sense of identity. If somebody tells them to wear purple hair and
it's done.
They're doing it. Right? They have no homosexuality. By the time somebody tells them what to do, they're homosexuals. No disrespect, you know. But it's just about choices being made because you have some content of character.
Absolutely.
A lot of people are not making choices because of their character. 100%. They're making choices because of influence. And so their story is who they are. Right? So
you don't have a podcast or something.
We're working on the podcast. We're working on the podcast. We're definitely working on that.
Somebody emailed you my notes because it's like you're just hitting every bullet point as you're just, going through your spiel, which means it's organic.
It's organic. I definitely believe in being organic. So like with the concepts that I believe and I breathe, it's because I lived it.
Understood.
Right? There's no story that anybody can come and tell me. I remember there was a point in time when I was looking for a woman like me. When I was getting my bachelor's degree, I had 4 babies, right? I was a leader for the DOE. I was responsible for all the schools in Harlem. And I was looking for a black woman that looked like me,
Right.
that had a big dope dealing boyfriend, right? Who was a leader and a single mama getting a degree.
Right.
And offered a scholarship for a master's. I was looking for somebody to look like me and I never found her. So I decided that I was going to be her.
Yo, I don't know who I was talking to. My mom. Salute to Mom Dukes. You know who you be. But I was like, yo, sometimes, because long story short, my grandmother went to a rehabilitation spot, la la la. It was shitty, blah blah blah. And my mom was just like, yo, because she has she got a business down south. She's doing her thing, and she's like, yo, that's what I gotta do next. I gotta create something for the old heads that like a elderly facility, blah blah blah. And the moral of the story was, when you see a void in the service, fuck trying to go find it, create it yourself.
Absolutely.
Because if you needed it culturally, you understand me. When you met me, or 10 minutes after, I smelled like weed. But culturally, you understood me. Mm-hmm. I didn't feel no type of ill will or, oh, nah, this nigga. You know what I'm saying? Right. Some people, certain cultural differences, and I'm not saying weed is cultural. That might be a little fucked up. But you understand what I mean. This is hip-hop. Culturally, weed is part of hip-hop. There we go. That's my end. Fuck it. Okay. But sometimes cultural differences stop bridges from being made for some bullshit. Right. Little things. Absolutely. You see what I'm saying? So I respect what you're saying. Well, 50 million%. And this is one of my big spiels. Word. This is one of my big spiels, right? Word. So I refuse to work for the Department of Education. I refuse to work for the Administration of Children Services. Because you're just a house nigga. Yes! Salute! Salute! Listen, like a year ago I quit my job on some I'm not working for them no more. There is no way that a system designed to exclude us can educate us. There is no way that a system that it reiterates the separation of our family is going to serve our family any good. Ooh. There is no good in any of those systems. So I refuse to be a part of those systems. That's right. But meanwhile, I do believe that we need to start our own education process. That's right. I homeschool my children. That's right. I do believe that we ought to start our own tribunal for child safety. That's right. Because right now, we got some real issues with our queens not being able to make good decisions for themselves. And I love how you keep directing it to the queen. And we got a couple minutes left. Because guys, and I'm a guy, he's a guy, we do what you allow, you women. Once women said it was okay, oh, I like the tight pants, I like the then it was like, all right, cool, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna keep doing it. Right. So I love how you keep redirecting to the gods, the queens. I call it God because queen to me, the black woman is God. So whatever, that's my complex. Whatever. But I love how that's the whole motive because I know I'm gonna do what's gonna get me my queen. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, we got about like 6 minutes left, and before we wrap this up, I want to get into day 2. And like I said, you keep reading my notes, and you know where I'm headed with it. The infrastructure. That's what I get from what you was just saying. Creating an infrastructure for these ladies to go having somewhere for these. And I guess guys are kind of welcome to day 2 too. No, fellas. Day 2 is actually a male-dominated dynamic. Oh, so we definitely, please, day 2. Break down day 2 for us. Okay, great. I serve more like the apostle of day 2, laying down foundation, structure, organization, developing, creating a format and a platform so that other things can stand. Okay, right? Makes sense. So day 2 was actually founded by Shabaka Shakur. Google once it. Again. Just Google it. She says it so regular. My fault. We got a couple minutes. Please, day 2. So, day 2 was founded by Shabaka Shakur, who served 27 and a half years incarcerated and was fully exonerated of all charges. And his experience of coming out of incarceration was like day 1 is a party, but day 2, where do I live? Where do I eat? Where do I go? Who do I talk to? Right. How do I survive? And so he established day 2 as an opportunity for other folks coming from incarceration to establish their day 2. When I caught wind of his idea of day 2, I decided that day 2 is not just for people who are incarcerated. For me having to come out of strangulation, right? My day 2 started when I came out the hospital. That's right. That's right. I had to make a new decision. That's right.
and how I was going to proceed in my life.
Right.
And there was no one culturally relevant that could guide me through that. They sent me to a women's center to talk about a gangster who's never had a job in his life, who is a generational career criminal, to tell me about what I should do. You have no idea. Y'all about to set him free. Like, sis, you have no idea what I'm about to have to do.
Come on
okay?
now. Come on.
But, you know, so I decided it was day 2 for domestic violence. And then I said, wait a minute. If I'm coming from being a gang member and I need to get my life together, this is day 2 for that.
That's right.
Right?
That's
if I'm
right.
on drugs and I'm fucked up and I need to get clean, okay, day 1 is I want to get clean. Day 2 is that heroin kicking your ass, shitting black and throwing up black shit.
The fight.
Like, so what happens on day 2? So day 2
right.
was constructed, once I got my hands on it, to be a place for self that facilitates and supports the day 2 that everyone goes through.
Right. Very important. Very important.
So it's an independent space, upstairs, downstairs, and you know we have some case managers. It needs funding.
Salute. No, that's right. Talk about it.
One of the things that I don't love is grants from the government.
Why? What comes with them?
Because the grants from the government are usually Tuskegee experiments. Okay, they're not given as freely as we want to think they are.
Absolutely.
Okay, it's very few and far in between that are going to be given just for the benefit of people.
Absolutely.
Right now, New York City gives away trillions of money for social services. The evidence of that is nowhere. Right? The DYCD is a huge program giving $500,000 to 5 and 6 different locations in one community, and the community still has no place for the kids to go after school. What was the kid's name up in here in the Bronx? Junior?
Junior, yeah.
Come on, why wasn't Junior in the center playing basketball?
Versus.
And say he's being dragged out of the bodega. God bless Junior and his family.
Right.
You know, so it's like when you think about all of the monies that's being given and allocated, but what's happening to it?
What's the result?
Right? We got a police force nationally that is killing us.
Literally.
Like literally, they're killing us. And to just be honest, any minority that's working for the police force, I don't respect it. I'm sorry.
Listen, man, hold on. This is TuT, man. We got literally about 2 minutes left. Before we get up out of here, we got a question from Lovely Entertainment, which is my beautiful PD. If you have any entertainment needs, if you are artists out there looking for any type of direction and find out what it's doing, Lovely Entertainment on the gram. But let's talk a little bit about Stoke Le Carmichael. Did I say it right?
Stokely Carmichael.
Okay, so
Kwame Ture,
break it down.
Out of respect. So Kwame Ture raised me up from 13 politically. So I've been politically trained as a revolutionary since I was 13 years old. I was at the Million Man March. I was with Kwame when he was diagnosed with prostate cancer at Columbia Presbyterian Hospital.
Wow.
And he rubbed my stomach 100 to a blue, you know,
Salute.
and he said that's gonna be a blessed kid. That's my son.
Salute.
So my SUN, my son for real. So Stokely, Kwame Ture, was a Black Panther. He also was present when Martin Luther King was assassinated.
Salute.
And he went the direction, he founded the Student Nonviolent Coalition on Howard University campus. He wrote a book called Black Power. If you haven't read Black Power, you need to read Black Power. The foundations of the new Jim Crow is in Black Power. So if you haven't read Black Power, get Black Power. And what Kwame spoke about was that it didn't matter what organization you belong to an organization. Unity as us as a people was important, right? And he didn't believe in a facade. He believed in education, right? So check out Kwame Nkrumah and Sekou Touré out of Ghana. Those presidents were able to give whole economic systems and structures so that we can understand how we are supposed to live.
Right. I laugh because it's like the science. It's just so refreshing. The science. What's up? Your engineer, I got you. I already know. I swear I got you.
Huh? They killed all of them. Right. One way or another, they kill our people.
That was on the Hoover mission, if I'm not mistaken. Edgar Allan, his bomb ass. Fuck out of here.
Yeah. I mean, they, you know. So with Kwame Ture, uncle, he and he has sons that travel in the world as well.
If you could fake this an interview, B, word to God.
What?
if they get us an interview, even if it's over the phone.
Absolutely.
That'd be
I
a
keep in
blessing.
contact. You know, and he was married to Mariam Makeba, a big time African singer back in the day. But, you know, it was more about teaching me principles.
Right.
And so the first principle I learned was that I walked into the house and it was about 20 revolutionaries sitting in my living room. And I'm like, why the fuck y'all here? So they was like, oh, she got a mouth, right? So they said, what's wrong with you? How was your day? And I said, you know, they try to make me stand up for the Pledge of Allegiance. I said, no, I'm not standing up for the Pledge of Allegiance, period. Like, not standing up. So Uncle said, why not? And I said, because I don't feel like it. He said, that's not good enough. He said, anytime you make a decision, it needs to be grounded in research and truth.
Right.
The next day, I went and I researched the Pledge of Allegiance. So understand, the foundations of the Pledge of Allegiance is a kindergarten teacher in the South that was trying to unify her classroom, and she made up this Pledge of Allegiance. If you break down the words in the Pledge of Allegiance, when you pledge something and give allegiance, it's deep and profound. And how can anybody as a black person pledge their allegiance to a country that has obliterated our culture, our sense of self, our economic abilities, and everything else and all in between?
Salute.
So at that point, when I was armed with information, I went back to the school and spoke with the superintendent. Like I said, I was in Virginia at the time. And they actually had to change the statute. You cannot force a child to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Because
I remember that. That was on the news and all that. That was a big thing.
I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, you did.
Maybe
I mean, they
tripping.
still say it, but you don't have to stand for it.
Because I went to school in North Carolina, North Station High School. They used to play the shit on the TV in his classroom and all that. You had to stand up. But out of nowhere, in the middle of it, they was just like, nah, if you don't, you know.
Yeah, they had to announce it previous.
Well, it was a big thing in the school.
Yeah.
Let me say that. It was a big thing.
Yeah,
That's
because
crazy.
it was like, no, you can't.
That you was a part. That's hard. That's dope.
Mm-hmm. Centering.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Right. What's the replacement?
Right. They don't learn anything.
Shout out to Love the Entertainment. She basically just asking the queen, you know, what's the replacement?
So for us, lift every voice. That's for us. That's for us. See, but our kids can't do that, right? Because they go to their school. We can't lift every voice and sing because they go to their schools, right? But we got unifying allegiances. We have things that unify us, but we're in an environment that doesn't allow us to be unified.
100.
Right.
So my thing is, when exactly is he? When is it that they're gonna bring decisions back to the black parents to decide? Because I remember we were kids, they decided who taught us. Who was the principal. They took that right from us. I don't think we'll ever get it back.
This is the thing. This is the whole thing about it. There is this. It is literally written into legislation that parents have the most power in the school systems. But do you really think that system was going to allow that to happen? So when you think about it. But they didn't have to worry about us so much because right. Well,
there's a breakdown, like
it was a breakdown in the family system. So they do it in one way or another, one angle or another, right? So if you tell me parent engagement is at 2:30 on Tuesdays and I am a black woman, am I making it there?
There's no way.
No, it's not possible. So one, why is school constructed with the hours it's constructed? None of us have farms. The rationale for schools to be open from 7 to 2 o'clock was because children were responsible for helping to farm the land with their families, right? So they needed to be home early enough to work the fields and help feed their families. Who the hell's in a farm?
Nobody.
Why are we waking up at 5 in the morning to send kids for 2-hour trips to go to school at 7 in the morning and expecting them to do anything? Right? And who is that system supporting? Because it damn sure doesn't support the family. Because moms have to work 9 to 5, 10 to 6. And then where do our children go then? And then when you leave your children in the house by themselves, then the DOE calls ACS and destroys our family some more. Or if you want to be a stay-at-home mom and you want to get some assistance, then the HRA is going to make you go work for the welfare check and clean the subways and work in a park. Listen, they don't have a place for us in this system at all. Whether you're a working mother, a poor mother, affluential mother, it doesn't exist in this system. So the only way that we're going to be able to recreate and redesign this system is to take our children out of it and force them to reconstruct, because this is a capitalist society, and each one of our children represents a number. And when that number is no longer present, they'll change.
This is your last follow-up. We got to wrap it up. Yeah, we about to wrap it up.
Turn to Tuesday, right? You discussed the evolution of hip-hop in the black community, right?
Yes.
Now, hip-hop music changes every day, right?
Indeed.
Now, as an activist, what's your stand on hip-hop? Like, because it reaches, the kids, they sing it at school, they sing it at home, they sing it in the shower. Like, what needs to change? Because hip-hop affects these kids.
Absolutely.
The song they hear. So what's your stand on it? Because like you said, your son is 100 Blueface.
100's all blue.
100's all blue. Don't
100's
forget that.
all
Come on,
blue.
man. Don't get us jumped outside.
Yeah, exactly.
I love the name, but what's your perspective as a
100's all
black
blue.
woman, hip-hop, and from when you started, I know shit in hip, what was how do you see the effects of hip-hop?
The evolution?
Yeah.
I mean, really, I always listened to gangster rap from when I was young.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I was always into gangster rap because that was my fan, that was my lifestyle, right? So, yeah, so I never knew the real Roxanne, the light skinned one.
Yes.
That's my cousin. Right?
Say word.
That's my cousin, right?
Yo, shouts out, man.
I got
Roxanne
some dope
is like
family
a
members,
crutch of. Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know the real Roxanne, man.
Yeah. So, yeah.
I gotta Google. Hold
You
up.
gotta Google her. Yeah, she's pretty.
So not
pretty,
Shantae, the other Roxanne.
Yeah.
The other
But
Roxanne.
yeah, I grew up with gangster rap, so we didn't have. I don't necessarily see so much of a separation, but a difference in articulation.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Eazy-E was talking gangster shit. Back then, you know what I mean, and getting high and stuff was part of the music back then.
Right.
It's just the articulation is different.
It's different.
You know what I'm saying? Trina was popping. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like she was the
she's
baddest
the baddest
bitch popping
bitch.
her pussy.
Hold on.
And
This other Roxanne, was she a rapper?
Yeah.
Who's the
so,
Roxanne? What?
Roxanne, the real Roxanne.
Oh, Roxanne. Okay, all right. Don't stab me. All right. Damn. Lord have mercy.
Yeah. So and so it's just for me, the evolution of hip hop is the evolution of us as a people. And if we don't respect it, then really we're saying that we did a fucked up job.
Right.
Because we had the ability to change the narrative and we didn't. And that's what the QueenDom is here to do. The QueenDom is here to change the narrative so that in 10 years, my baby girls is going to be singing about respect my shit. And they're going to be singing it like because I'm their mother, you know what I'm saying? But they're not going to be talking about like, I need a nigga to give me money, swipe a card, That's what bitches is doing now. You can't be mad about what they doing. That's what they doing. Niggas is scamming. And bitches getting money and they twerking and they... No, this one. Yep, that's how.
Oh, wow.
Yep. So
you see how quick she said?
yeah, that's how right here. So
she might be better. Oh, shout out to Dapper Dan, and she might be better than Roxanne Shantae.
Don't do that. That's what the beef was. It was beef. That was beef.
Oh, look
back
at
in
this,
the day.
Richie HRC. I know. She was bad.
Yeah,
It was.
It was.
Yo, all right. Calm down. We got an engineer. This man has to go home. We come on, man. Yo, salute Queen, yo. I see a part 2 in our future if you see so, because I see you coming with talent that should be on the next part 2. So maybe we do a part 2, start off with you, run into the sister, and please drop her. If you want to drop your social media handle, it's up to you.
It's Black Velvet.
Enough said. You know what I'm saying? As always, we want to thank you for your time.
Thank you.
That's the one thing you
Thank you
can't
for
buy.
coming
You
through.
know what I'm saying? And Rich, before we get the fuck up out of here, what the fuck you got?
Love life. I'm on my positive shit right now.
Yo, who you shouting out?
I don't even know what to say, but love life. Shout out to
Yo, the engineer, man. Yo, shout out to the engineer, man. Anybody with a podcast, you gotta have a good engineer. You fucked that package up, Rich. You fucked that package up. You're supposed to say, shouts out to everybody, man. That's your line. That's what you say. You be like, yo,
he's doing something. First, you being negative.
All right, talk to me. Break it down, Queen.
This is positivity over here.
Word.
Shouts out to positivity.
Word.
Listen.
Thank you.
Salute all the time, yo. This is another great episode of TuT the podcast. Turns up Tuesday. You already know how it go. You can fight the style, but you might break your teeth, you bitch ass niggas.
Holla.
Man, we out. That was great. Oh, we're just gonna do a piss.
It's hundreds. No, I just woke up from a dream, and everything was real. Yeah. Okay, let's get it. We run up the money, we run up the digits. I get all the bags and I get all the bitches. I move with a Glock and I keep it extended. I'm ballin' hard, so I stay on my pivot. Cut off my hoe cause I felt like she trippin'. I got a new bitch and she better than Nikki. I roll a gelato, my fingers real sticky. Yeah. Okay, let's get it. We run up the money, we run up the digits. I get all the bags and I get all the bitches. I move with a Glock and I keep it extended. I'm ballin' hard, so I stay on my pivot. Cut off my hoe cause I felt like she trippin'. I got a new bitch and she better than Nikki. I roll a gelato, my fingers real sticky. Wake up this morning, got straight to the paper. Talking on hundreds, not having no pay cut. Man, it's easy, I ball like a layup. Please put her away, cause you know I might take. I stay consistent, I'm moving these plates. I run up a bag, then I go out of state. You're blinded, Sue's camp, nigga, roll a whole eighth. I'm in the game and I'm making a name. I'm in the game and I'm running the shit. Can't fuck with these niggas, they funny as shit. These niggas be mad cause I'm fucking they bitch. Just walking in the court and I smell like a zip. Hella blue hundreds, my pockets on crib. I'm such a gun, ain't no trust in no bitch. I move like a Mal, got the Glock when I shit. I see all the hate cause you broke and I'm rich. I just spent your rent on my motherfucking kicks. My pocket's so fat, thought I brought in a blimp. I'm pushing that weight like I work for a gym. All of this water, I hope she could swim. I'm crushing these niggas like I step in Tim's. I stop on his head like I fell from a flip. You think I got slaves while I'm swerving these whips? I been eating good to get my fucking tip. Bitch. Okay, let's get it. We run up the money, we run up the digits. I get all the bags and I get all the bitches. I move with a Glock and I keep it extended. I'm ballin' hard, so I stay on my pivot. Cut off my hoe cause I feel like she trippin'. I got a new bitch and she better than Nikki. I roll a gelato, my fingers real sticky. Yeah. Okay, let's get it. We run up the money, we run up the digits. I get all the bags and I get all the bitches. I move with a Glock and I keep it extended. I'm ballin' hard, so I stay on my pivot. Cut off my hoe cause I feel like she trippin'. I got a new bitch and she better than Nikki. I roll a gelato, my fingers real sticky. You motherfucking feel me? I want me some millies, I gotta get milli, I'm breaking the bank. My cash is so filthy, you know I get plenty. I'm draped in this Fendi, still pouring out drink. I ride in and hit me, my Glock is a semi. They wanna come kill me, but I can't complain. My neck is rich chili, I'm serving like Biggie. He mad cause I'm winning, I'm all that he ain't. I pull up, I'm dripping the forward, I'm sipping, got hoes like I'm pimping. Yeah. I need some more Reddit, I ran up the digits and fuck all that bitches. Go get the money. I whip in the kitchen, my wrist on a mission and tryna get frozen, tryna get right. I painted a vision, you see how I'm living, I'm finally winning. Ain't no competition, ain't no competition, ain't no competition. I got a good aim, I move with precision. I move with a pistol, I shoot like a piston and press on the pedal. I'm off and you listen. Why you didn't listen? I don't do the dishes, I'm just in the flowers and blowing out kisses. Smoke on